Hello, thank you for watching my channel today. My name is Sarah and my channel is called Your True Shelf. Today I have a day to myself. So the little ones are at school and I've had a really nice day. I have gone for a run first thing, had a shower, then I have done some drawing. So I did a Skillshare class, which was really nice. So I've been doing some drawing and I've had a nice lunch and yeah, now I'm chatting to you guys. So really nice day. Those of you who are observant, or very observant should I say, may notice that I have a new pair of glasses. So these have been kindly gifted to me by Zinff, and I am going to talk about that a little bit later in the video. So this video was supposed to be a chatty sort of TBR discussion video because I'm having some TBR dilemmas. But then when I was updating my reading journal, I discovered that I've actually hauled quite a lot this month already. So then I thought, well, maybe I should do a haul video because otherwise the hauls can get really big. So I know I've only just done a haul video, but it seems like we have enough to do another one again already. So I'm just going to pick up my stack of books off the floor. We'll start with my library books, which one of which is new, two of which I actually did have last time. I just forgot them because they're in a different place in the house. So the first one that I got is Flames by Robbie Arnott. So I read The Rain Heron earlier this year by Robbie Arnott and really loved it. And so I wanted to read his first book, which is Flames. So this book, it sounds very unusual. It's about a family of women who can come back from the dead. So there's a mother and she dies and she's cremated, and then her children see her walking across the garden shortly afterwards, and then she bursts into flame and turns into ash again. And I think this is like a recurrent thing that happens. And the daughter is really scared that when she dies that this is going to happen to her, and so her brother decides he's going to make a coffin for her which is inescapable, and she decides that she needs to run because this is too weird. So that's what this one's about. So it sounds fascinating. The second one I got from the library was one I've seen talked about on BookTube a little bit, and this is a YA book called You Should See Me in a Crown by Leah Johnson. So this follows our protagonist called Liz. She kind of believes that she won't be able to get out of the sort of poverty trap that she lives in, but she really wants to go to college, and she's kind of mapping her way to go to college, but the money is going to be an issue for her. And then at school, she's reminded that whoever is prom king and prom queen gets a scholarship fund to go to college. So even though she is not that kind of girl, like she doesn't want to be a centre of attention, she doesn't want to go and try and be prom queen, she decides that she has to go for it. She has to face up to kind of trolling and that kind of stuff. But there's one girl called Mac, who is a bit different, and they sort of form this friendship. But then there's that Mac's going for prom queen too, so is that going to change things? So that's the second one. And then the last one, I was watching a video on Christiane Jones' channel. As I've mentioned before, she's one of my new favourite booktubers, and she was doing I was watching old videos and I watched her Books of the Year 2020 video, and this was one of them, and it sounded really lovely, and my library had a copy. So this is Sweet Bean Paste by Durian Sukegawa, and this is translated from Japanese by Alison Watts. So this book is about a man called Sentaro, and he dreamt of being a writer, but he's kind of, all his dreams have gone to pot. He's like drinking too much, he's not living the life that he wanted to live at all, and he's working in a shop making these sweet bean paste pancakes. And one day an old lady comes in who is amazing at making these, and she sort of starts teaching him about it, and then they form this firm friendship, and I think their sort of this friendship develops and helps him get out of the bad stuff in his life, I think. And it's supposed to be like quite a lot of food writing in here as well, and it's supposed to be like a really lovely story, so I'm really looking forward to giving that one a try. So they're the library books. So I'd just like to take a break in the hall to talk about Zinff. So Zinff is a company which makes glasses. Zinff is a professional online optical eyewear store with a friendly exchange and return policy to ensure your satisfaction. They offer a wide range of style and lens types at affordable prices. If you see a pair of glasses that you like, you simply have to click on the pair of glasses and try them on by uploading a photograph so that you can see that the glasses are the right style for you before you choose to buy them. Zinff kindly sent me a pair of glasses for free. So they come in this nice cardboard eco-friendly packaging, and the first pair of glasses, which is the pair that I was gifted, are these beautiful blue frames here. And then I actually bought myself another pair, which is the pair that I'm wearing now, because I really like their glasses and they're very reasonably priced. So if you are interested in buying some glasses, there is a discount code for 50% off frames and 10% off lenses, which I will put in the description box below. And there's also a link to the blue glasses, which I was gifted, and these glasses, which I was bought, which I'll also leave in the description box below. I bought 4 physical books, the first one of which has only just arrived, and I'm going to open it now. I know what it is because I pre-ordered it. I'm very excited. And very beautiful. So this is very exciting for BookTube, because this is lovely Jen Campbell, who is one of my favourite booktubers. If you don't watch Jen's channel, please go and watch her, because she's an author and a booktuber. She reads amazing books. She also does a lot of vlogging, baking, and walks and stuff like that on her channel. And her new book has just come out, and I pre-ordered it. And this is called The Sister Who Ate Her Brothers and Other Gruesome Tales by Jen Campbell, illustrated by Adam D'Souza. So this is a beautiful hardback book. It's got foiling on the cover as well. It has... Oh, it's so exciting. It has 14 stories and it has full colour illustrations, so really lovely pictures. And I am hoping that Faye will enjoy these too, if she's not too scared. So yes, this is beautiful, and it's lovely quality paper. I'm really pleased to own it and to support Jen. So if you are into gruesome tales and short stories, this is aimed at children, I think she said 8+, then check it out, because Jen's a great writer and a wonderful person all round, and go and support her and her channel. So that's that one. I then have one that obviously I had to buy because everyone's going to be talking about it. They probably already are, but I'm a little bit behind with some BookTube videos. I got the new Sally Rooney book, Beautiful World. Where are you? I haven't even really... I know this is about 2 couples. I haven't really read the blurb because I want to go in blind. I have a funny relationship with Sally Rooney because I have read Conversations with Friends and I've read Normal People. Looking back on my ratings, Conversations with Friends I gave 3 stars, and Normal People I gave 4 stars. I loved the Normal People TV series, but what I found with her writing so far is that I get really frustrated with her characters because they are they don't say what they think, they don't say what they mean, and there's a lot of miscommunication that goes on, which causes a lot of misery to happen. And I just feel like if they just communicate better, they could avoid so much of that. And I know that's the point of the story, but they're a lot younger than me as well. Like the characters I have found the characters in her previous books are sort of like university age. And I think if I was still that age or around that age, I would have appreciated them more maybe. But being that bit older, I feel like my communication and stuff is better than that now, and I just get frustrated with the characters. And I believe in this book that the characters are a bit older, they're around 30, so I'm hoping they might be that little bit more grown up and that won't get on my nerves. But I was going to read it anyway, of course I was, because Sally Rooney's like the next big thing, and everyone's going to be talking about it. So I got it, and I haven't actually looked what's under the just a plain yellow cover, but it has got nice end papers. So yeah, so that's that one. And then I went to Waterstones, and last week I really wanted to have like a really good long browse around Waterstones, and then I ended up going for lunch with my husband, which was lovely, but then I only ended up having like 25 minutes or so in Waterstones. And I went to the fantasy section, and I saw this book, and it just leapt off the shelf like at me. I just really wanted to read it, but then I thought I should get another book related to it first. So I'm going to talk about that one first. So this is a bit of a roundabout way. So the first one I bought in response to the one I wanted to buy was this beautiful edition, hardback edition of Peter Pan by J M Barrie. So this is very pretty. It's quite small. It's kind of cloth bound, not like, it's kind of a cross between cloth and cardboard. I'm not quite sure what it is, but it's really gorgeous. And Penguin have released a series of these lovely covers as well for other children's classics. So I got Peter Pan first to prepare me for this book called Wendy Darling by A.C. Wise. So this is a sort of spin-off from Peter Pan, and this is where Wendy is grown up and she has got married and had a daughter called Jane. And one day when she's putting Jane to bed, Peter Pan comes back and she sees him at the window. And this time he doesn't want Wendy, he wants Jane to be a mother to the lost boys in Neverland. And I think Jane goes with him, and then Wendy has to go back to Neverland to try and get her back. And I love the cover, I love the premise. I have never read Peter Pan. I don't think I have. I've like watched the films, I've watched Hook, I've watched the Peter Pan film, but I don't think I've ever actually read it. So I thought, well, I really want to do that first. So I got these as like a dual purchase, and I'm really excited to read these. I'm definitely going to put them high up on my list because it feels like the good time of year to read them as well. So that's those purchases. And then my friend at work lent me a Helen Dunmore book. So we were talking about Helen Dunmore, and I was saying how she is one of the authors that I want to read this year, because I've got 4 of her books, and now I've got 5 because my friend Rachel's lent this to me. So this is The Siege, and this is set in Leningrad in 1941. Hitler orders the German forces to surround the city at the start of the most dangerous, desperate winter in its history. The 2 pairs of lovers, Anna and Andrei, Anna's novelist father and band actress Marina, the siege becomes a battle for survival. They will soon discover what it's like to be so hungry you boil shoe leather to make a soup, so cold you burn furniture and books. But this is not just a struggle to exist, it is also a fight to keep the spark of hope alive. Whew, that sounds traumatic, doesn't it? So yeah, I do like books set in Second World War. So they're the physical books. Then I bought 4 Kindle books, 2 of which, Joe Smith, if you're watching, 2 of them are your fault, and you know they are. So the first one that I bought was a book that I saw Jen Campbell talk about, and it appealed to me, and it's called Everyone in This Room Will Someday Be Dead by Emily Austen. The premise, I believe, it sounded quite funny, but I believe this is about a woman who, this bit's not funny, a woman who has health anxiety or just anxiety in general. And I think she keeps going to A&E thinking that she's dying all the time. And I know patients like that, or people like that through work, and it's quite tricky. So I was interested as soon as she said that. And she decides that she's going to try and get some help by going to a Catholic church, because this is where some counselling is happening. And when she gets there, somebody mistakenly thinks that she's there for a job interview and she doesn't correct them, and so she goes for this job interview and gets the job and ends up working there. And so it's at the Catholic Church. She is an atheist and she's queer, and so I think there's a bit of humour in there as well, and it just sounded really good. I just thought I really liked the sound of it, so I bought that one. I went to add it to my wish list and it was 99p, so I got that one. The next one I got was Act Your Age, Eve Brown by Talia Hibbert. So I have read, this is the third in the Brown Sisters series. The first one, Get a Life, Chloe Brown, I read and really enjoyed last year. I have got something Danny Brown. Can't remember. The second one's about Danny Brown. The third one's about Eve Brown. So I'm not going to look at the blurb because I don't want to spoil the second one. But it's basically like their contemporary romances about sort of three sisters. The first one, Get a Life, Chloe Brown, she has fibromyalgia, and it's a really good insight into what it's like trying to lead a normal life whilst having a chronic illness as well. The third book that I got was The Night Watchman by Louise Erdrich, which is one that Joe Smith recommended to me yesterday when we were chatting, and I looked up what this was about, and it's about the building of a factory, I believe, on Native American land, and about laws changing for Native American communities to basically take advantage of them and hurt the communities again and again. And it's about how that affects a large, I think it's like a section of the community, or possibly more than one generation of the community. So I think it won the Pulitzer Prize, so it's obviously a really good book. And then the last one that I bought on Kindle was The Memory Police by Yoko Ogawa. Joe and I are going to put this into our buddy read list for next year. I read The Housekeeper and the Professor by Yoko Ogawa this year and really enjoyed that. And The Memory Police is about, so the memory police can take things away so they not only disappear, but they disappear from people's memories as well. So I think, like, if they took away birds, for example, birds wouldn't exist, but nobody would ever remember what birds were or that they ever had existed either. So, so that's the premise of that one. So if you've read any of these books, or you're interested in reading any of these books, or you have any similar recommendations for me, then I would be very appreciative of that. Or if you just want to say hello, I'd love to hear from you. I hope that you all have a really good week, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye!